Okay, my name is Pauline and I'm the head cook of Cafe64.
Brothers and sisters?
I've got two sisters. One's older than me and one's younger than me. I'm in the middle. Yeah.
So did you grow up in the Walgett area?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
So tell me about Walgett when you were a kid. What was it like to grow up?
When I grew up, it was great. It's not like now, so everything's just changed. Like the new generation that's come out, but when I was growing up, I had loads of fun. I used to go out and do what I wanted to do and just walk around, go home, whatever. But as long as I get home before the sun goes down, and I was happy. I was right. It was good.
So what changes have you seen in Walgett since you were a kid?
Well, the bars and the shops, they weren't there when I was a kid. It's just like normal things now that I would never do now. What the kids are doing now, I would never do back when I was a kid, when I was growing up. I just couldn't. It's just that, like the new generation now, is that I reckon they're just getting away with not too much, but there's too much going on, and there's kids hanging on the street. Kids should be on the street as underage, which they should. I wouldn't be allowed my kid on the street now, like my grandkids on the street now if I was not that.
So what's the biggest problem that the kids face in Walgett today?
There's nothing here. Nothing at all. Like there's a foundation up there. There used to be discos there every night, like every weekend for kids when we finish school. Or there's a youth centre just down the road here, just around the corner there. And there was discos there, and then we had a picture show here before it got burnt down, and that was great. So, because I used to go to the picture shows, to the movies every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was great.
So what do the kids need in Walgett then?
A new youth centre, or the youth centre can be reopened and get that running again, like a sports environment. Kids go and play sports every weekend or even during the week. And then the tennis courts, where I used to live up at Gilbert Straight, they call it, well, across the road there's a tennis court there. Well, they can use that and play sports there. So it's just really is nothing, just nothing.
Yeah. So once the kids leave school, what's the employment like in Walgett?
Well, I think they'll be lucky to get a job if they do want to go and look for a job. You know, go to school, finish school, get their education, and just go out the big world and see if they can get one and try to make the best of it. Get used to, I even try to find a job, like I did.
Tell us a bit about your Aboriginal background.
My Aboriginal background. Well, all my family is Aboriginal. My grandmother, she couldn't speak like our language, Aboriginal language, but she knew a few of the words, Aboriginal words. But like the Aboriginal people up in Northern Territory, we can't speak their language, we can speak normal English.
So what do you think the main difference between the Aboriginal and the white man in Walgett?
Nothing.
Nothing? You all integrate well and you live together well?
Yeah. I get along with some of them here, some of them I don't, and some of them I do, but I just don't worry about the people I don't get along with. If they want to talk, I'll talk, but if they don't, fine, you know.
Now, how important, you're fully employed, you're a full-time worker for the cafe, so how important is employment for you?
It's really important. I come to, like, if I did leave this job, I can try and look for another one, but really my house, I think it belongs to here now. I don't think I'll ever leave. I said I was going to leave a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think I'll leave now.
So you said your heart belongs to the cafe?
Yeah, I love working. I love that rat bag in there. She's good. She's a good boss. And the staff and the works there, I get along good with them. We all get along really good.
So tell us about the staff here, because it's a different place to a cafe you'd find elsewhere.
It is. The staff on who I work with, my staff mates, they're on DSP, and like they're just not. I hate saying this word. They're not normal, but they are good. I just treat them like nothing's wrong with them. I treat them like a normal person. I know they're not normal, but I treat them like that because I've got nothing against people with a disability.
So you're the supervisor of the kitchen here at the cafe. How do you have to change your job so that you work well with people with disability?
If they weren't on disability, if they weren't on DSP, yeah, like if they were normal like me and you and Millie, yeah, fine. But it doesn't matter if they were on disability. I'll just get along with them as much as possible. I can help them out in any way I can. Just to be there for them, just to direct them, to give them the right direction.
So tell us about the tricks of the trade that you use to actually work well with the workers.
I've got no tricks and trades, really. I just get on the best I can. You know, if they ask me something, if I know it, I'll tell them. I'll just tell them straight as it is. I won't beat about around the bush with them. Not with people like that, I won't.
So Cafe64 is managed by Nova Employment. So without Nova's support, I know that the cafe is the only sit-down, air-conditioned cafe in Walgett, and in fact for about 150 kilometres around. Without Nova's support, could a cafe like this exist in Walgett?
No. I don't think it would. I don't think it'll ever last. I don't think it would. If Nova didn't exist, or Nova didn't, if Nova didn't help us, we wouldn't have Cafe64 in Walgett at all. We'd just have a normal cafe.
So how would that affect the workers here if the cafe didn't exist?
I reckon it'll affect the workers big time, Kim. You know, I mean big time. Especially the ones with DSP. Because, like, it wouldn't mind me or Millie, because we can go and get a job, like I said before, we can go and get a job somewhere else. But I'll feel it for the guys on DSP because they won't be able to get a job anywhere. Only for this, but that'll just keep us going. Just keep them going.
And how would it affect the people in the town if the cafe had to close?
They'd be sad, because they used to come. We're used to the regular customers coming and getting their normal coffees and their breakfast and joke around and talk around and sit down and have a laugh with them and have a chat with them. And I reckon they were very sad.
So what sort of people come to the cafe to eat here?
We get nearly everybody. We get, about a couple of months ago, we had American visitors from the States. We had Ireland, I think it was. And I think there were some Swedish ones here too, I'm not sure. I can guarantee it, I couldn't pick up their talk.
How do you feel that Nova treats people with an Aboriginal background?
Good. I reckon they treat Aboriginal people background good. And I've got nothing against Nova, no, because Nova's got nothing against me. I'm lucky to get a job to work under them. So I reckon they'll treat the Aboriginal people good, show them a lot of respect.
I know that you socialise with some of the workers here at the cafe, so it's obvious you made lots of good friends. Tell us about the friends that you made.
Me and Millie get on like a house on fire. Me and Christine are starting to get on good. Me and Marie, we get on real great. Me and Liz like a brother and a sister. Dave's good. And Victor, I get on Victor, was real good, like he's my nephew or a second cousin or cousin. Just good mates. So we're really, like I said before, Kim, the last interview we did, we were one big happy family.
So it'd be true to say without the cafe you wouldn't have as many friends as you have now?
I've got friends, but I wouldn't have many like to see now what I've got now. No.
So how has the cafe changed your life, do you think?
Changed my life? Changed my life big time, but good. Just turned myself to realise before, I knew nothing about cooking, nothing at all. I started at this cafe, I started at washing up. And then I built my way up and I knew nothing. I had to go to TAFE to learn how to cook. And then from there, I just worked and I said, I can do this, I know how to do this. And I just put my brains to it and done it. So, just like I said before, I love working. Love working here. I love the job what I've got now.